Hello and welcome. Good evening. Another episode of RTNN. Well, we're talking about the nitty gritty here at the news station. And yes, it's sad and very sad that the job loss is incredible. For us to say that we lost 500,000 jobs, which is 500,000 in the month of December, is very disturbing. And that is just what is about ready to keep going to another 500,000. We are in a roll by the end, they say, of July to possibly have another 600,000 jobs lost. No matter, even if Obama does all what he says he's going to do, all that, people, takes time. It's a whole system. You don't just go, hey, fire up the cement truck and the contract. You go through all kinds of stuff. Development is a whole ordeal. And the only thing I can say to the American people is tighten up your belts. Don't buy anything and grab the tin box and put it away. Because we are in store for a lot of stuff. Disasters, they do not help us in any kind of way. Right now, we have to stop being the police of the world, even though it's the worst situation to do. Because people understand one thing. When you give up what we've set out there in the world, people take advantage of it. And that's why we are in countries such as South Korea, Egypt, even a little bit, and people wouldn't believe it, but we're in Cuba. With all this, we don't do anything, the embargo's been for years, and all that stuff, but we're on the island. In any case, what I'm trying to tell you is we have our own type of what we call keeping the peace. And the problem is it's very, very expensive to keep the peace. So we need to withdraw a little bit, get this country tight. And then, as soon as we get this country tight, the most important thing that we need to do is keep our military #1. And build upon that and invest back into that. And invest in time in other countries. But right now, people, the world is at war. Pakistan and India both hold a nuclear bomb. They could annihilate each other. One country is actually harboring, possibly letting, not possibly, but letting them, terrorists in Pakistan. And they start that, walking into places, blowing up things like you've seen on TV, and that's where things start. And when things like that start, bad things happen. Israel is in Gaza Strip, the best type of military equipment and weapons you can get. Right now, the Palestinian people have nothing. Bottom line is, somebody's going to come through. And when they do, a lot of things are going to go down. And we all feel it. Demonstrations. People are focused on one when maybe somebody might be trying to take something else over. Constantly, countries are being cut off of supplies. Little countries buy African men that are in very healthy shape with no AIDS or anything, and they buy them in a so-called work deal in the Middle East. And they're really bought in a way of slaves. Iran, as far as I'm concerned, they've got the nuke, or they're pretty close to getting it. And they don't like us. And that gentleman should never, ever set foot in our country again, the president of Iran. and speak to any of our children or our young adults that might be running this country. He hates us, and we don't hate people. So people, what I'm trying to tell you, there's a lot of stuff going on. Good evening, and maybe we'll have another topic tomorrow, which we will, on something a little bit more uplifting. But hey, it's rough times. So you know what to do. Tighten up the belt. Get out there and help somebody. If you're rich and wealthy, let out a little bit. Let a little bit go. Pay a house payment for somebody. Help somebody. Go to a bank. Because you know what? The banks ain't helping the people in foreclosure. And all this $20 a week and this plan Obama has, sorry, it's not going to help. The one helped a little bit more than, actually the one that Bush sent was more money, and it was at a time where we were still thinking everything's pretty good. Stock market, everything was fine. So to me, it's all the same thing. If anything, I respect my president. I hope the best for him, but we are in a big hole. Anyways, this is rough times. Keep your thumbs up.